Hey, so I recently decided that I wanted to do just like research on random animals that I haven't really heard of, and I thought that that would be something that would be fun to do on here. So I'm just going to react to a random animal that I had somebody send me. If you have animals that you would like me to react to, go ahead and leave those down in comments. I love finding out about weird animals, and if I haven't heard of it, there's a good chance I'm just gonna like record myself while I research it and find out as many weird things about the animal that you share with me as I can. So let's get into it. All right, so this first animal we're going to do is the Addax nasomacalatus. No idea. Ooh, that looks like some sort of an antelope. It's called the Addax. It is a white antelope. I like to start here with the Wikipedia. So it is the only member in its genus Addax. That's pretty interesting. They are sexually dimorphic. That means that there's differences between the males and the females. In this case, the females are smaller than the males. The color of their coat depends on the season. In the winter, it's grayish brown with white hindquarters and legs, long brown hair on the head, neck, shoulders. In the summer, the coat turns almost completely white or sandy blonde. That's interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense if they're not in like a I think of like the first thing I think of when I think of like a coat color change is like the I forget, it's a rabbit in the north, but its coat color changes from brown to white in the summertime or in the wintertime, so that it can blend in with the snow. But it looks like these are native to not up there, um, Africa. It looks like. All right. So they mainly eat grasses and leaves. They're well adapted to exist in their desert habitat. They can live without water for long periods of time. They have herds of 5 to 20 members. Not a massive herd, but a nice little group traveling together, consisting of both males and females. They are led by the oldest female. Interesting. I always think like that's definitely interesting. And like really cool when you have animals that have like a matriarchal system, rather than a patriarchal system. Like spotted hyenas are an example. There's a lot of animals that have that. But it's just interesting when that happens. Oh, apparently they're slow. Slow movements. The Addax is an easy target for its predators, humans, lions, leopards, cheetahs, yada yada yada. I want to see them move now that I know that they're slow. Oh wow, they have a very small group. So the green is the area where they are extant right now, and these little red blurbs are where they're reintroduced. So they are not in many places presently. I want to look that up. We're going to look that up after we're done looking at these. All right, physical description. Let's learn that about these. And then I want to see if we can find any kind of weird stuff about them. The Addax is a spiral-horned antelope. Male Addaxes stand from 41 to 45 inches at the shoulder. Females 37 to 43, sexually dimorphic. Females are smaller than the males. The weight of the males varies from 220 to 276 pounds. The females 130 to 200. More about their fur color. The horns are found on both males and females. That's cool. Have 2 to 3 twists, are typically 22 to 31 inches in females and 28 to 33 in males. So not a huge difference between those. The middle portion of the horns are marked by a series of ring-shaped ridges. That's neat. The tail is shorter and slender, ending in a puff of black hair. The hooves are broad with flat soles, strong dew claws to help them walk on soft sand. I mean, they're definitely a cool-looking antelope. I'm assuming this is more of their summer coat, and this is probably more of a winter coat, more brown. Male with long horns. Animals are mainly nocturnal, particularly in the summer. In the day, they dig into the sand and sandy locations and rest in these depressions, which also protects them from sandstorms. That's cool. Basically, dig themselves a little hole and then lay in it. So they generally stay in one place and only wander widely in search of food. It can survive without free water almost indefinitely because it gets moisture from its food and dew that condenses on the plants. So they don't need very much water, and the water that they do like need, it sounds like they primarily get from their food that they eat. So they don't really have to drink water like ever. That's neat. Oh, scientists believe the Addax has a special lining in its stomach, but it doesn't look like that's sourced. So that's a maybe. Most produces highly concentrated urine to conserve water. Makes sense. Pale color of the coat reflects radiant heat, and the length and density of the coat helps in thermoregulation. All of that stuff. Animals in the desert are definitely selected on for like very, very specific, more like mutations and stuff like that that help with thermoregulation, decreasing body heat, all of that. Females are sexually mature at 2 to 3 years of age. Males about 2. Breeding occurs throughout the year, but it peaks during winter and early spring. In northern Sahara, breeding peaks at the end of winter and the beginning of spring. In southern Sahara, September to October, and from January to mid-April. Interesting. They have an estrous cycle of about 33 days. Gestation period lasts 257 to 270 days, so about 9 months. Calf weighs about 11 pounds at birth. Arid regions, semi-deserts, and sandy and stony deserts. So the decline of population has been going on since the mid-1800s. They were found from Algeria to Sudan, but mainly due to overhunting, they've become much more restricted and rare, as we saw from the little map of kind of where these guys are. Let's see if there's anything else on the rest of Google. So the Smithsonian has some information. Addax Antelope Facts and Information. Oh, SeaWorld. I don't like you. I'm mad that I clicked on your website. I'll read it because you already got my damn visit, but a few species where male and females have horns at the same size. Well, we just found out that they're not quite the same size, SeaWorld. Spend more time researching your fun facts and less time abusing orcas. These desert antelopes color changes, yeah, we know that. They'll take depressions. Often considered the most well-adapted antelope to a desert environment, they rarely need to drink water. So we know that. I think it's interesting that they're often considered the most well-adapted antelope in the desert environment. Obviously, deserts are very difficult to live in, and a lot of things don't survive living in the deserts. But like the fact that they are the most well-adapted antelope, at least according to SeaWorld's fun facts, um, yet are not doing particularly well and are having shrinking range and all of that, despite the fact that it's not like there's less desert. Like that is one area where like our deforestation and stuff like that doesn't majorly impact. I wouldn't think. Maybe it does. Maybe it affects the rain season and stuff like that, and less plants grow. But like it sounds like it's mostly due to overhunting that their population has been decreasing. Addax herds. Okay, we know about that. One of the most endangered animals in the world. Current estimates show that there are less than 500 individuals left in the wild. That would make sense based on what I saw. Let's go to the Smithsonian. That'll be better than SeaWorld. They're so cool. Like I love their horns. They are really a good looking antelope. Like that coat is really cool. I love the scruff on the neck and the little like bridge over their like eyes and head. Their horns are awesome. The fact that the males and females have them and they're close to the same size. Yeah, so native habitat, Sahara Desert. They're able to survive. So the lifespan in the wild is unknown. In human care, they've lived to be up to 11 to 14-ish. Oh, they communicate with several vocalizations, including grunt snorts and alarm calls. They also rely on scent marking. Each of their 4 feet possesses a scent gland that could be used to mark the animal's territory. I wonder if that's common amongst antelopes. Herbivores, know that. They're most active at nighttime. Traveling in groups. This one says that they usually form around one dominant male. So is it like they have a dominant male, but like the female leads? Addax social structures. Households range in size from 5 to 20 members and include both males and females. They have robust social structures based on age, with herds led by the eldest male. Females create their own dominance hierarchies while males are territorial. So, see, so that is like way more common with things. But I'm pretty sure that Wikipedia, and this is an example of why you can't always trust just Wikipedia. You got to go out and you got to cross-reference. They're led by the oldest female. I don't see a source on this. I might have to edit Wikipedia again. I just had to do this the other day for something. Addax form herds of 5 to 20 members consisting of both males and females. They are led by the oldest. See, this is led by the oldest female. Let's come down here and see. We've got the behavior and are led by the oldest female. That's what this says. What's our source on this? Okay, there we go. So we've got an article. Looks like it's from 2007. Content is only available as a PDF. Okay, so we can look at the PDF. Let's see here. Okay, so we have behavior here. Addicts are not naturally aggressive, although individuals may charge if provoked. Captive males, captive dense population show evidence of territory. Male guarding, captive females establish dominance hierarchies with the eldest female holding the highest rank. But that does not say. So I think whoever cited that just read it wrong. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more research on this off camera, but that seems like that is incorrect and probably something that if I verify that it is in fact incorrect, I will probably fix here on the Wikipedia page. And then let's just see if we can find Addax. Any other funky things about the Addax? I don't think we're going to find any. Addax wines. All right, so that is the Addax. Check the doobly-doo at the end. Let me switch this back over to camera only. So that is the Addax. So it's a species of antelope that looks like it is like severely endangered. Less than 500 individuals left in the wild. Very, very spotty in Africa. And looks like it's been mostly like overhunting, that it's been its population's been diminished. Males are larger than females. There seems to be some dispute between what shows on Wikipedia and what shows on some of the other sources. I'm going to look into the article that Wikipedia was sourced from and see if that has anything that like legitimately refutes the other source, if it was just read wrong. Might wind up updating Wikipedia on that. Check the doobly-doo. I might also just append something at the end of the video. Not sure. You'll see. They've got cool horns. The horns of the males and females are roughly the same size. Nothing like super funky and weird about them. They seem like a pretty standard antelope. They are like super well adapted to the desert climate, so they don't really have to drink water ever. Scientists believe that they might have special pouches in their stomach to be able to like store water. That wasn't sourced, so I wouldn't put like a ton of. Was that the one that wasn't sourced? I think that was the thing that wasn't sourced. Let's look. Physical description. Yeah, that was the thing that wasn't sourced. So it's possible that they might have a special lining in their stomach that's able to hold water. Either way, they don't really have to drink water ever. They get pretty much all of their water needs met by eating the food that they eat, whether that's the dew on the food or the actual water inside the plant material that they're eating, because they are herbivores. Being an antelope, that's pretty standard. They are like well adapted to be able to live in very, very harsh, arid desert climates and do that well, it seems like, with the exception of being hunted a bunch, which is a real bummer because these guys are pretty cool. They've got really cool like little saddle on their face, and their horns, their spiral horns, are like super sweet, like really awesome. I'm gonna pull up a picture of one again to show. Just look at those things. That little saddle over the face, that coat, it looks like it's kind of going through like the change probably from a winter to a summer coat. Those spiraled horns, the ridges on the horn, just an absolutely beautiful antelope. I hope that these guys survive and that we don't like completely push them to extinction, because that would be a real bummer because they're really cool. Anyway, that's the Addax. Hopefully you learned something from it. And like I said, down below in comments, let me know if there's anything that you want me to research, if there's any like funky animals that you want me to react to and look into. These guys are pretty cool. And I would love to react to new animals, especially ones that I have not seen before that I don't know about, which is challenging sometimes because I know about a lot of different animals, but I love to learn about new ones. All right, so it's Alex from the future. I have come back to share that, yeah, I did verify. So this article only mentions here about captive males in dense population show evidence of territoriality and mate guarding, and captive females establish dominance hierarchies with the oldest female holding the highest rank. It does not mention anything in here about like the oldest female leading a herd or anything like that. So that was not accurate. And then the Smithsonian referenced that herds usually form around one dominant male. So I did edit the Wikipedia page to show those changes. So this is just kind of my edit. I got the edits put in up here, put in the sources to cite it. This is where I'm kind of just like summarizing my change, and then I will publish changes. So this was the first change up here. Just change it to the herd is usually led by one dominant male. And then down here in behavior and ecology, um, this I left, and then here the herd is usually formed around one dominant male. In captivity, males show signs of territoriality and mate guarding, with captive females while captive females establish dominance hierarchies, with the oldest females holding highest rank. And that does reference the original source that they put in. So there's that. I put in the sources. I made the edit, so the page should be correct, at least from that standpoint. I didn't see anything else that like looked obviously incorrect. So that's it. This is just kind of my PS at the end of the video. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.